My name is Arid Garcia, also known as Latin urban reggaeton artist from Chicago, Pobre. Well, basically, I started doing reggaeton, actual reggaeton, when I turned 21, and it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I started. I actually got influenced by a cousin of mine. He lived in Puerto Rico. I was actually out there for a couple months. I was out there back and forth, actually from Chicago to Puerto Rico, and he influenced me by basically just telling me what actually was going on in the industry. He introduced me to a couple of artists, like Joel Grande. I got introduced very quick to Yomo, Bimbo, John Eric, a couple other artists that were actually in Puerto Rico back in 2005. Well, being a Latin urban artist from Chicago, it's very, very hard to actually get places, because the Latin market basically is like very low. I'm sorry to say, but out here, especially with the genre of reggaeton, it's not up to date. Like the same music you hear in Puerto Rico, New York, Miami, or even Los Angeles, you would not hear on the radio stations out here in Chicago. So being an artist from Chicago, it's basically a reggaeton artist from Chicago, it's a little bit harder to get where you need to be at. A couple of artists that I actually look up to in the reggaeton genre are basically, artists like De La Ghetto, Joel Grande. I have Yomo. I have many artists that I look up to. Don Omar, Daddy Yankee, of course. Daddy Yankee opened up many doors for inspiring up-and-coming artists such as myself. And those are a couple artists that I look up to, and hopefully one day would collab with them. I've done many shows since I started doing reggaeton. I've been pretty much a lot of states. I've done places like in the LA on the West Coast. I've been to Vegas, did Texas, St. Louis, New York, of course, Chicago, shows in Cleveland, Indianapolis, certain parts of Indiana, Florida, Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, Atlanta, stopped in Atlanta, New Orleans, done shows. I'm still yet to do a show in Puerto Rico, which is funny. I did go to Puerto Rico and actually try to perform there after I started. I was backstage with a couple of the artists, up-and-coming artists also. But I pretty much traveled statewide, performing here and there, and it's a very fun and I guess enjoyable experience. Well, on a practical normal day for me, basically I go to school full time. I'm attending right now Tribeca Flashpoint Academy, which is located in Chicago, downtown. I'm majoring in film and cinematography, which is an absolute passion of mine, other than being a music artist. Pretty much my day consists of, during the day I go to school. After school, I basically pretty much I do business. If it's anywhere from getting photo shoots done to doing films, to doing EPKs for artists, or if it's just doing regular normal business stuff within the music. Like I have a show, I have to set up, basically what's the budget looking like how we're gonna get there, transportation, the basic essentials for actual performances, or even for collaborations, featurings on songs. Production wise, producers hit me up. I mean, so during a weekday, you could usually find me here, posted up in front of the computer pretty much after school, if it's either doing homework for school or basically just checking my email and getting in contact with a lot of promoters, a lot of DJs, a lot of other artists, and try to do collaborations. I never tend to burn my bridges at all, because I'm a very sociable person. I'm very likable, and I mean, basically, I'm very easy to talk to, you know, very outspoken. I never held anything back. If I see it, then I'll say it how it is, you know. So basically, that's pretty much what my weekday consists of. But during the weekends, I mostly, if it's not either doing a show, I do record. I record, you know, either on Sundays or Mondays. I go to the studio and lay down a couple tracks, and that's about it. Yeah, basically.